There is a place that was born, not from a human idea, but from a silent calling that came from the source. An institute that carries no flags, no hidden agendas, only one mission: to serve the human community with love, truth, and consciousness. I am Alara, and I now invite you to discover what already lives within you, the Michael of Nebadon Institute. This is our community, made of faces, stories, silences, and colors. We are different, but never divided. Every gesture, every glance, every culture, every faith holds a fragment of what we came to remember. The Michael of Nebadon Institute was not created to divide. It was revealed to reunite. And if you saw something of yourself in each one, it's because you already know you are part of this too. And perhaps it all begins within you. The Michael of Nebadon Institute is a non-governmental organization structured with the strategic gears of an investment company. We are a team made up of 144,000 voluntary servers, positioned at strategic points in Brazil and abroad. Our mission is to serve the human community by managing, directing, investing, and multiplying the personal, material, technological, and professional wealth produced by the community itself. The human community is the client. We are the servers. Our main purpose is the constitution, generation, and maintenance of a gold reserve fund. This fund will be managed, administered, and invested in social, professional, personal, and entrepreneurial projects, focused on improving the quality of life of the human community as a whole. We create the ideal conditions to provide the tools and instruments necessary for work, for the production and sharing of a portion of the fruits and of our most valuable resources, whether monetary, personal, intellectual, spiritual, material, or technological, for the common benefit of our own community. And this is how we serve. Now, let me tell you why. Ensuring access to essential, necessary, and useful products and services for a fair and dignified life for every member of our community, a community that creates, co-creates, and produces its own wealth. This is our mission. This is a path our team will walk ad eternum. Because the Institute was conceived to be continued by countless future generations, seeking to reach and benefit, over time, all the inhabitants of this planet. There is no greater wealth than the riches a human being can create, co-create, and produce in communion with the nature of the planet. That's why our most precious investment is the investment in the human being. For us, these riches have no price. They cannot be measured in monetary profit, because the value of life, of consciousness, and of human creation is immeasurable. That's why our purpose is to invest in life. Now, I want to show you the logic that sustains our institute, and that sets us apart from everything you've ever known. We are all embedded in a system dominated by the power of those who possess the greatest amount of money, or assets that can be converted into money. Having large amounts of money has become a symbol of power for some, and a measure of success for others. But the total amount of currency circulating in the world is limited and infinitely inferior to the creative potential of the human being. For us, at the Michael of Nebadon Institute, wealth is everything the human being creates in communion with nature. But not everything a human creates is necessarily wealth. What defines wealth is not its appearance, but the fruits it is capable of generating. For the system, what doesn't produce financial return becomes an expense. For us, what generates life is what truly matters. The difference between our institute and a traditional investment company lies in the kind of fruit we seek. While others seek to multiply coins, we seek to multiply what is necessary for life. Rooted in the foundations of the supreme universal law, the law of unconditional love, the Michael of Nebadon Institute stands as a living entity, dedicated to providing non-governmental public service. Unlike governmental public service, we do not require taxes, fees, or tributes to serve. We serve with excellence through consciousness and unconditionally. The structure of the Institute resembles that of an investment company, but within a nonprofit organization. While traditional companies operate to generate profits for their shareholders, our results are directed toward the execution of social, personal, professional, and entrepreneurial projects. In our logic, the server is the one who performs the service, and the community is the client. And since we are all one, What one receives, all receive. While conventional companies perform financial analysis, we perform human analysis. The return we seek is not financial. It is the positive impact a human being can generate for the collective. Here, the human being is the investment, and once invested in, becomes a living asset of our own community. Our team has been developing a series of projects aimed at the social regeneration of our community. We believe that a project only comes to life when someone commits to making it happen. That's why we invest in people who are ready to bring these projects to life, and also in those who will still be revealed along the journey. Now, discover some of our projects in development. The Model School Project, the Reintegration Project, the God's Pets Project, the Soul Therapies Project, the Model Community Project. Your project. Here, investment is in action, and action is born from those who choose to serve. We are the adults of our childhood and the children of tomorrow. If the world is disorganized, it is up to us to reorganize it, because we are the creators of the future. The Model School Project, developed by our team, not only seeks to strengthen and complement basic regular education, but also to open pathways to reveal and shape. Scientists, researchers, inventors, entrepreneurs, technicians, writers, thinkers, philosophers, artists, and composers. The students formed through this project will be the seeds that will grow into the roots of the Institute, and the fruits will be harvested by a future generation, of which we ourselves will be a part. This is a cycle that will only end when there is nothing left for us to learn on this planet. Through this project, the Institute will offer access to programs that promote the awakening of the soul's beauty, the development of mental and emotional intelligence, and the expansion of consciousness. All of this in a universalist environment, not tied to any religion, but grounded in unconditional love and the teachings of Jesus. This is the formula that prepares whole, capable, and conscious human beings to foster an advanced and evolved human community in all its dimensions. The Model School Project will be the foundation of a new complementary education network to be implemented in regions with educational deficiencies, within the national territory and abroad. This is a self-sustaining project designed to be carried out by the Institute's team and by partner institutions and organizations. Because a new humanity begins with a new education. It's not enough to offer solutions for those living on the streets, or for those under the weight of addiction. Reintegration is necessary, and that is only possible with strategies and environments truly designed for that purpose. A mother's anguish over a dependent child, a child's despair seeing their father drunk, and the silent abandonment among God's children are realities present every day in our community. Our team acknowledges that pain, and we act not only with assistance, but through concrete actions of training, empowerment, and reintegration. The Reintegration Project is being developed to support inpatient, treatment, and rehabilitation clinics, providing support not only to patients, but also to the servers working in these institutions. Those who complete their treatments will be invited to join as resident servers or voluntary collaborators. In addition, the project foresees the creation of community centers for voluntary service delivery, designed to meet the specific needs of each local community. There is only one goal: to reintegrate lives into the human community with dignity, purpose, and truth. All animals are God's pets, and when there are no guardians available, it is up to us to adopt them. If money were no longer an obstacle, would there still be abandoned animals? Or would they all be embraced with love and dignity? There are people who would dedicate their entire lives just to care for our animals. These are the servers of the Institute. Through the God's Pets Project, we are developing mobile and permanent clinics to care for animals without guardians, and also for the pets of families still in economically disadvantaged situations. Our commitment is to provide the necessary care with dignity, consciousness, and unconditional love. We are also creating sanctuaries dedicated to sheltering rescued animals. These places will include private residences and tools to train our servers in the daily and complete care of God's pets. There is still much to be done for all animals on this planet. Domestic, rural, wild, land, or sea. We are only just beginning. Anxiety, depression, guilt, remorse, anger, insecurity, fears, all of these can be healed. The nature of a healed soul is like that of a butterfly newly emerged from its cocoon. Body pain, heart diseases, neurological issues, nervous system disorders, cancer, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, insecurity, anxiety, and depression. They are not diseases. They are symptoms. Medications do not cure. They only ease the effects of the symptoms. We are all governed by natural and universal laws, even without full awareness of them. Cause and effect, action and reaction, the law of attraction. Depression, for instance, is born from unresolved pasts, while anxiety comes from insecurities about the future. Medications often sedate the mind and prevent access to the deeper causes hidden in the unconscious. But healing is already within our reach. The human body is a natural pharmaceutical laboratory. What it produces is organic. What is produced outside of it is synthetic. And what if you knew how to activate that naturally? The Soul Therapies Project aims to offer therapists and servers of the Institute rooms, work instruments, and essential tools for unconditional care of the human soul. The healing of soul-related illnesses cannot be sold. Healing is an act of God. This is not a utopia. It is a reality we will build together. The world is already full of laws. Now, what we need are conscious human beings. What distinguishes an imperfect community from an advanced one is not its architecture or aesthetics, but the level of consciousness of its inhabitants. We already know that laws hold no power over the unconscious, and that conscious beings do not need laws to live with ethics, love, and responsibility. From Moses until today, many laws have been written, but if all were followed, our community would already be perfect. For us, investing in the human being means investing in the awakening of community consciousness and providing an environment where consciousness becomes the foundation for the most beautiful and lasting homes. Is the Institute's commitment through this project. The Model Community Project aims to awaken in each resident the awareness that we all share basic needs, and that each of us plays an essential role in the whole. It is a model of community that can be replicated anywhere on the planet, because a truly advanced community is not made of walls and rules, but of conscious beings living as one single family. Do you have a project tucked away in a drawer? Don't know how to bring it to life? Your time is coming. At the Michael of Nebadon Institute, we recognize that many solutions already exist and are simply waiting for the right environment to be born. Do you know what a project manager is? It's the professional responsible for creating, organizing, leading, and ensuring a project comes to life. And our team is developing technologies to make it easier to submit, evaluate, and approve new projects. These projects may be social, professional, personal, or entrepreneurial, but they must all aim to benefit the human community as a whole. That's why our servers will be trained. Technical courses and training in project management are already in development. Because the next great project of the Institute might be yours. We see the Michael of Nebadon Institute as a living entity, just as we see the human being, with vital organs, soul, love, and consciousness. If the high administration plays the symbolic role of the brain, the Institute's norms represent the collective consciousness. And each server's physical body is the heart that keeps this living entity beating. Caring for one another along this path is also caring for ourselves, and keeping the heart of the Institute healthy, symbolized by our very own servers, is vital to maintaining the life of the Institute. The social, professional, personal, and entrepreneurial projects will be planned, developed, and executed by members of our own community. These servers are selected, trained, and empowered to compose the active body of the Institute, committed to the common good, excellence, and unconditional love in action. To achieve this, we are building an efficient remote management system, capable of handling the flow of information and allocation of resources, both in Brazil and abroad. The organizational structure of our institute promotes a horizontal management model, encouraging the autonomy and intellectual development of each server. Greater autonomy brings greater responsibilities, but also the deserved merit for the fruits generated. Do you feel this calling pulsing within you? Then, welcome to the living body of the Michael of Nebadon Institute. The 144,000 are not just a number. They are living consciousnesses, awakened souls, stellar seeds planted on Earth. They came from different peoples, languages, and paths, but they all carry something in common. They hold the power to love and serve unconditionally. They did not come to stand out, they came to serve. They are the builders of the new earth, those who build with love, heal through presence, and lead with humility. We are a unity manifested by Christ consciousness, Our training and preparation transcend the understanding of a single timeline. The number 144,000 is a key, a sacred geometry. But what truly matters is not the number, but the calling. They heard, they knew, they came. We are the 144,000, and the Michael of Nebadon Institute is our home. Everything you've seen here was not created to impress. It was revealed so that you might remember. If something inside you was moved, perhaps it's because part of you always knew. Nothing you've seen here is about the Institute. It's about you, about what you feel, about what you carry, about what you came here to do in this world. The Michael of Nebadon Institute is simply the mirror where you can recognize yourself. We are the ones we've been waiting for, and the Institute is an extension of our true home in this mission. This mission had a beginning. Jesus was not the beginning. He was in the middle. And we are the end that gives birth to a new beginning. Welcome back home.